This is the RICOH GR III. I've been using the Fujifilm X100T for a very long time, ever since it came out. And this is the very first time that I'm trying the RICOH. I'm really used to the 35mm and the 50mm, even the 40, which I use quite often back in the days. But I never really tried the 28 for street. And this is also one of the reasons why I want to give the 28 a try before I actually get the 40mm, which is the RICOH GR III X. I think that's the exact name for it. But yeah, I think I would love the 40 for sure. I'll get right into it, which will fit my shooting style a lot better. But I want to give myself a little challenge and give the 28mm a try, because this is a uncharted territory for me, at least. And I'm actually very excited for this because this is a lot smaller than I expected. Like the form factor, everything about this, it's small. I haven't even turned it on yet, but first impression, it's a bit too small to the point where I feel like my thumb might be a problem, but I'll have to see when I go out and shoot. However, the grip over here for my 4 fingers, they're okay. It sits, feels okay as for now. Now let's go ahead and pop the battery in here. I did order the one with 2 extra batteries, but for some reason they only sent me one. Like there's only 1 battery in here, so I'm gonna have to contact the seller and see what is going on. Have you ever realized that if you use the RICOH GR III, yeah, let me know if it's always like this. It feels like something it's loose in there. You can shake it. I'm not sure if that's normal. Anyways, let's give it a try. Whoa, that is fast. Yeah, apparently once I turn it on, you don't really hear that shakiness in there. So I found this construction place out of nowhere, and there's a lot of colors, so I thought it would be great to test out the RICOH GR III's color. Okay, so far I really like the RICOH GR III. It's really fast to turn it on, turn it off. Everything's fast about this. However, I feel like everything's really plasticky. Like everything's kind of loose. Like hear this. You probably can't hear it right now, but like the ring, the outer ring over here is kind of loose. It's not very tight. Maybe it's the screw. I'll have to unscrew that and see how it goes. As you see, there's a lot of green and yellow, and this mixed color of everything. Now, ergonomically, even though I like the form factor, however, the way I hold my camera, I tend to keep my thumb over here. Somehow, maybe it's because it's so small, so this way I have a better grip. So if I want to use back focus, which is what I use most of the time, it's kind of hard for me to reach the FM button. Like if I place my thumb over here, my whole grip is going to be really unbalanced. So that makes it really hard for my thumb to place it back to the function button and then press the shutter. I'm going to have to figure something out with this. Okay, so this is like the second time that I've been here. It's supposed to be an ice cream truck place. It's very well decorated, but I never seen them operating here before. I'm pretty sure there's a snow cone truck or some sort. I'm gonna see if I can pop this thing up. It's always good to have some shades, right? Alright, so bad news. I thought this whole time I had the positive film on, but for some reason it's in standard. I'm really disappointed. When did I change it back to standard? So the main reason why I got the RICOH GR III is because of its snap focus. Let's be real here. The fastest way to focus is not any sort of autofocus or face tracking or eye tracking even. The fastest way to focus is no focus. I tried it a few times today and it did not disappoint. However, I would love to try it in a more populated area where things are happening very fast. This way I can actually get more used to this camera and be able to utilize its function to the fullest. As I was taking photos throughout the day, the 28mm feels very similar to the wide angle on my iPhone because it's actually equivalent to 26mm, which is only 2mm away from the RICOH GR III. So surprisingly, using the 28mm today doesn't feel that strange and new to me at all. Now I do have to say though, one battery is definitely not enough. I think I got a little bit over than 100 shots and the battery is already halfway gone. Another problem that I encounter is because I didn't get the viewfinder, so it was really hard to see my screen and compose my shot. I really have to like cover the LCD screen in order to see what I'm getting in a shot. But I guess I'll get used to it eventually. By the way, another function that I've tweaked in the menu is the movie button or the wireless button. This one right on the side over here. I changed it to the crop mode. So it goes to 35 to 50 and then rotates back to 28, I believe. Even though it's cropped digitally, I like the idea where I can actually compose and frame my shot for 35 or 50 whenever I want to. And honestly, I made that change because I know I'm more familiar with the 35 and I feel like, what if I just want to go to 35 again? Because what if I don't like the 28? But surprisingly, I feel like the 28, it's kind of the same as the 35 somehow. The 35 and the 28, it's actually not that big of a difference. To the point where I feel like whenever I'm extending my arm away from me, taking photos, compared to I'm putting the camera right in front of my face, like this distance, I can control that and I can manually adjust with my arm length. So basically, if I want a 35, I can just do this. And then if I want the 28, and I just like do this, like just put the camera closer to me. And I think that's one of the reasons why whenever I'm using the RICOH GR III, it doesn't feel like a 28. I'm still using it kind of like a 35 to me, at least. Let me know, what do you guys think? I'm really curious about this. Overall, after one day of using the RICOH GR III, I'm impressed. I'm very impressed. I think I like it a lot more than I expected.